In this video, we're doing a full tour of the Bahia Principe Grand El Portillo in Dominican Republic in the province of Samana. Make sure you stick until the end for our full review based on the week we spent there in December 2023. So let's roll the intro and move on with the tour. The El Portillo is a 5-star resort that has 606 rooms. We will show you every section of the resort, but just to give you an overview of the site, at the end of the entrance road that goes across the resort is the lobby and the main pool and restaurants area. Moving back, you will find all the rooms buildings, and on each side of the roundabout, some more room buildings on the left and a place called the Village on the right. Let's start with this. The Village is the first thing you see when you get in the resort. There, you will find the main stage area for shows, a few shops, as well as the pharmacy and the doctor's office. You will also find hidden in the corner the discotheque for the late night parties. If you take a right at the roundabout, you will find the Portofino, the Italian restaurant. Further away on the right behind the Village, you will find the Waterpark. And don't worry, there is also a bar there so parents can enjoy a drink while watching their little ones play in the slides. Hidden in a corner, you will find the gym. Not a huge one, but enough equipment for you to stay fit during your vacation. The gym will also have the equipment for the nearby tennis and basketball court. On the left of the roundabout, in the back you will find room buildings, a pool, and a bar. This is the most quiet pool of the resort and your best bet if you want to relax. Right on the corner is a nice relaxation area with benches and a pond with a few ducks. Oh, and please don't try to catch the ducks. Right beside the pond is a little path that will lead you nowhere, but will allow you to be surrounded with palm trees with no buildings in sight. On each side of the road that leads to the lobby, you will find most of the room buildings. At the end of the road, you will find a lobby, a big open gazebo-style structure that is also used when it rains. There, you will obviously find a registration desk, but also a shop called the Lobby Shop. Just outside the lobby you will find some arcade games, the entertainment team schedule, and the mini market where you can find sunscreen and other things you forgot home, as well as sculptures nicely displayed in the windows so your child can ask you to go look at them. Next, you got the gourmet restaurant La Terrienne. in the El Limon buffet. The El Limon is the main restaurant of the resort and is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The El Limon also have a terrace if you like eating outside. Right next to the buffet is a large area with chairs and tables that is mostly used in the evening while people are enjoying a drink while listening to live music or a DJ. In that same area is the Sportsbar, which is the place to get yourself a drink around the lobby. It also has more chairs and tables on the other side of it. Next, we got the main pool of the resort, the other one being the one we saw earlier in the video. It obviously has its own bar, so you don't have to get out of the water to get a drink. If you take a ride just before the beach, you will end up on a path that will lead you to two other restaurants, the Greek and the Fish Market. Right next there's another bar serving that portion of the beach, as well as the theater, a covered stage that is much nicer than the village stage. If we come back toward the pool but on the beach section, there's a little shop to buy sunscreen and things to play with in the water, and right behind it is where you will pick up your towels. Right next to it is a little grill that is normally open during lunch hours. And to serve that section of the beach, another bar. If you keep going left, you will end up in front of the Boavista, the last restaurant of the resort, that serves as a buffet during lunch hours and become the Brazilian restaurant for dinner. Past the Boavista on the path toward the rooms, you will find a Miniclub and a teen club, a place for kids who want to play games with other kids. If instead you go straight, you will end up at the Bahia Spa. Right next to the spa on the beach, you will find Scuba Quatic, where you can rent the equipment to go on the water. Two more things before we show you the beach. Somewhere between the main pool and the Boavista, you can find a little hot tub hidden within the trees. There is also a ton of possible paths to take from the lobby to the rooms, either from the main road or all of those paved paths behind the buildings. And finally, the beach. It is a beautiful beach that has been washed by the sea at a few places to expose roots since there are a lot of trees, but in general, a nice long sandy beach that is ideal if you like walk on the beach. There are nice swimming sections, but the main feature is the huge coral right next to it. If you love watching fish and other sea creatures, you will love it as it is easily accessible even in shallow waters.
All right, let's talk about the Bahia Principe Grand El Portillo in Dominican Republic in the province of Samana. We went there December 2023 for Christmas. It's supposed to be a 5-star hotel, so we'll tell you about the experience that we had there. Let's start maybe talking about the room. We had a junior suite. Was that a junior? Oh.
Premium
superior something suite, block 8 in the hotel. It's a big room. It's very spacious. Could accommodate probably 2 beds. We only had 1 in our room, so we were sleeping in the bed, and there was a little like mini sofa kind of thing for William, which was not really good. And at first glance, like the room seems great. It's old. There are supposed to be renovated rooms and old rooms that have not been worked on. That was one of those that we had, and it clearly needs some work to be done there, because just a few things that we saw early when we got there, and that's probably just a cleaning problem. There was sand all over the place, like sand on the floor. There was a bunch of sand on one of the desks. For some reason, I don't know if it's sand or if it's something coming out of the wall, because the sand was there also when we left, and we did put sand on the desk, so that's kind of weird. There was two, 3 holes in the ceramic in the floor near the door, so we had to pay attention for our toes. The bed was like the pillows this big, like, I don't know. It's not. It didn't feel like a real pillow. It seems like they took a bunch of T-shirts, and put them together. It was not comfortable at all. The bed was not comfortable at all either. The bathroom, I think, was where the most problem were.
The bath had some rust under
the jets, and it was like I don't know. The paint was all messed up, so you couldn't really sit in the bed without scraping yourself into it. In the bath, not the bed, but the bath. And it was kind of dirty as well, so we were putting our stuff there to dry, or stuff that adds sand into it. Didn't use the bath at all because of the condition. The shower was a bit sketchy as well. The drain plug was totally removable, not fixed at all. So sometimes you were stepping on it and the plate would move. The pipes, I don't know what's going on with the pipes, but
they were loose.
It was very loose. Like I was only doing like this with the pipes, and it was moving around like crazy. Everything that was holding either a door or a window was either rusted or had mold on it. The door that was, because the bathroom, there was a glass door for the shower, and there was a glass door for the toilet. The one for the toilet, it's supposed to stop on a rubber. It wasn't stopping on a rubber. Like the door was allowed to get ripped from the wall, and it was, I don't know if it, because of that it was the door stopper was not doing its job, but because the glass was not stopping on the rubber, but it was stopping on the metal. So kind of dangerous to break something. What else?
I think that's it for the room.
Oh, the first day that we got there, the first night, because we got there pretty late. The first night, the AC was making so much noise. Like it felt like we had a fuel generator
outside
the door. But we went to the lobby the next day, and they sent someone and fixed it. So that was good. But we noticed that the control for the AC when the guy came was
Not fixed.
not fixed to the wall because playing with the control was just making the control move. So it was a bit of a mess. So kind of a weird experience out of a 5-star resort to have a room like that is falling apart. And we're not the only ones. We spoke to other people that they were missing a door for the toilet in their room. One of them,
The toilet works one.
one out of 2 days, the toilet wouldn't work, and they tried to change the room and couldn't because the hotel was full. So, I mean, it just gives a bad experience when you get there and expect something out of a 5-star resort. So that's for the room. The hotel, or in general, the resort in general is pretty good, I think. It's kind of beautiful. The lobby is beautiful. The restaurants are nice.
It's clean.
It's clean. The pool is okay. The bar and everything, that's good. The service at the bar is okay as well. The beach itself, it's kind of a mixed feeling about the beach. The beach is decent, but it's quite small. So like the chairs are pretty much packed all at the same place. You don't have a lot of place to move, and sometimes you can bring a chair, in a spot where there's less people, where it's less crowded. But sometimes you can't because the sea's coming much higher. There's corals in the sea pretty much everywhere where you can, and not too far, that you can go and see fish easily. So that's one of the good point there. There's lots of fish that you can see. It's really beautiful, and it's not deep and not far from the beach. So you just need a scuba, a face mask, and a tuba, and you can enjoy the fish in the water pretty easy. But having that makes the beach a little bit more rocky and less place to play in the sand or in the waves
Swim.
or swim or because there's a lot of rocks there. Otherwise, it's a beautiful beach to walk. But other than that, there's no service on the beach. That's one of the things. Other than the guy going around with coconuts and things like that, and few people trying to sell you stuff. But there's no one taking orders for drinks or things like that. Things that you should normally see in a 5-star resort. Other than that, the food, the buffet. Let's start with the buffet. It's not bad. I mean, you won't die starving if you go there. The problem that we faced when we got there is everything was cold. Everything at the buffet was just cold, except if you had to go to the pasta station. And if you want to have eggs in the morning, you better go see the guy that does it for you live, because if you take those in the plates, scrambled eggs were cold, so not really good. So everything else, I mean, fruits were okay, juice were not really tasty, something that you expect from a fresh juice. It looks like they diluted the juice with water or something. You had an experience with coffee as well in the morning.
I didn't get coffee. I get water instead of milk in my latte.
Yeah, that's for the machine.
Yeah.
Because there was a machine that was doing latte, and 1 out of 2 times it was pouring water instead of milk. So obviously ruining the coffee. And she was trying to run after someone to get a coffee every day, and sometimes she didn't have a coffee and she finished breakfast. So kind of a weird experience service-wise at the buffet. The a la carte restaurants were okay. We went to 3 of them: the Brazilian, the Italian, and the French one. The Brazilian, the meat were good. It's obviously the concept where we have to go to there's a portion of it that it's like a buffet for the side stuff, and then they bring you the meat on the pole straight at your table. And every meat that we ate was very good. It's just the concept that obviously you don't know what's coming in and what they're bringing you, and so you eat, and sometimes the best pieces are at the end and you can't take it anymore. So, but otherwise it was good. The Italian,
It was very good.
it was very good.
good service, good food.
That's the best one that we went to, and the other one was the French. Service was okay. Food was weird. We didn't really enjoy the appetizer that we chose, so maybe it's just on us. The steak, though, that we ate, it was okay. It was not the best piece of meat that I ate, but it was okay. But the sides that was coming with the steak was kind of weird. It was cherry that you would normally put on ice cream, so super sweet cherry and marinated onions, sweet onions. It's kind of, I don't know if they wanted to do Christmas decoration in the plate, but it didn't fit well with the steak.
No.
Other than that, there's two sections. So there's this section from the lobby to the beach where all the bars are. That is great. The front section near the road is more like a little village where there's the pharmacy, the doctors, the gym, the tennis court, the basketball court, which are mixed together. And then there's the water park as well for the kids, which is great. There's a nice place for the kids to play, except that you said that one of the slides or some of the slides were, I don't know, damaged, or the finish was damaged, so it could potentially break or damage the swimsuit for the kids. But there's a bar in that section as well, so parents can lay down and the kids can have fun in the water park. So overall, kind of a mixed experience with the El Portillo. They say it's a 5-star hotel. In our experience with the resort, that doesn't meet the requirement for a 5-star hotel. I don't know what they do to keep it. We've been to 5-star hotels, 5-star resort, including one in Dominican Republic, and it's clearly not the same thing that we've experienced.
No.
It's more like a 3.5. I mean, we've been to a 4-star hotel that was better than that overall, either for the room, the service, mostly for the service, and the food. Drinks were all right, but other than that, it was a pretty average hotel. So depending on how much you're being charged to get there, it might be okay. So do you have lower expectation? But if you're paying a huge amount of money, you might consider choosing another resort. So that's it for the Bahia Principe Grand El Portillo. That's a long name. That's a mouthful. Please consider subscribing if you like this video. Like and share if you know someone that is going to that resort. And until next time, take care.